Oh, it is Tuesday, my dudes. We're going straight in and doing some Dominaria United drafts on our climb to Mythic. We have 27, I repeat, 27 drafts, including this one, on our journey so far. And what we're going to very eagerly and very excitedly do is try to close out that climb to Mythic and Limited before the end of the week. I'll be able to hit Mythic and Constructed pretty straightforwardly, but this Limited is what I'm worried about. I'm currently sitting at around Diamond 2. So if we, for instance, just get 2 7-in-1 drafts, we're in easy peasy. So let's just do that, huh? Alright, Leyline Binding. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each basic land type among lands you control. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls till Leyline Binding leaves the battlefield. This card has been really good in Constructed. And I'm a fan of removal in this format overall. Other cards that tickle me, Phyrexian Rager, Maria's Outrider. That's about it. So let's go ahead and get this. We can get some Domain and Spain style lists going on. We'll be pretty happy about that. Now, cards that I like here. I used to just love Battlefly Swarm. It has fallen off my excitement radar. Man, if these Maria's Outriders come back, ooh, I'll be happy. But I really think Extinguish the Light is solid here. Take up the shield. I like Sunbathing Root Walla. I like... This is kind of the issue that I have had with domain lists. When the set first dropped, people were like, I'm a domain list, so I will go for domain cards. And they were like, I am a, an aggro Boros list, so I'll go for aggro Boros cards. And that was kind of it. But it feels like increasingly two-color decks are seeing the advantage of just being able to pick up duels. Or you're just running a single domain card. So you may as well just have like a couple domain enablers alongside it, And so what I find is that it's really hard to guarantee that you get the domain payoffs and the different land types to be able to power up those domain things. So, Leaf Crown Visionary is a garbage rare. The rares are actually pretty garbage in this format overall. Urg, Spawn of Turg, is a pretty sick card, but only in a very particular type of deck that runs like Writhing Necromasses and Eerie Soul Tenders and other things. Cards that are good here, Talus Lookout, Timely Interference, Vine Shaper Prodigy, Necromass are all good. But I'm kind of curious about just picking up the Contaminated Aquifer and trying to just lean towards Domain right away. And I don't normally do this, so I'm going to try this. What I would typically actually pick up is the Writhing Necromass. That's what I would often just brunt lean towards, because this is straight fine. I think that's probably the best card. Now, if at first you dip into Domain, never ever dip into anything else. So again, I think the Writhing Necromass was the better card there. Other cards here that I think I actually quite like, Artillery Blast, if I do wind up in this Domain style list. And these are not as often nabbed, I find, in the first few picks. So I'm going to go ahead and keep committing to this. Nothing here is like screaming like, holy cow, this is amazing. Now this is an interesting choice. Like, obviously there's the Radiant Grove, obviously. Cleaving Skyrider is pretty fine. Cult Conscript is very good, especially in those Orzhov aggro lists that have like lots of bone splinters and stuff like that. And Queen all in all, I find to be like, alright. Actually, I'm going to be picking up Tribute to Urborg, because if I'm doing a 5-color list, one of the advantages of 5 colors is that you can flexibly pick up really nice spells all over the place. And so, a Tribute to Urborg has overperformed for me. I do want to be running black. I have 2 black duels. I think this is fine. Slimefoot Survey, huh? I mean, I kind of want to be domain removal. Fuck yeah! Gibbering Barricades, fine. Protect the Negotiators, I found to be just hot trash. It's just not doing it. Slimefoot Survey is just, it's not really a signal one way or the other. So I think that the best cards for us here, I mean, frankly, Phyrexian Vivisector is just a fine card. But I think Rona is solid when you have this many stupid removal things. It's in our colors. I'm kind of a fan of Scout the Wilderness in this style of list. It's just nice to be able to make some little 1/1 babies. I like kicker cards in a list like this. I think that, like, literally Tangled Islet is exactly what the doctor ordered, so that's fine. So I want to note that we are already stepping into... Oh, there's Destroy Evil right there. I can't believe I didn't see that. We are already stepping into kind of the pickle that I mentioned earlier with these weird domain lists. Actually, not even weird domain lists, but like straightforward, I'm trying to make a domain list kind of stuff. Shadow Prophecy is perfect for us. We are getting some mix of payoff. This is a domain card. Domain payoff. Very cool. But we don't actually have that many duels. I mean, right now I'm feeling pretty fantastic about our removals. I mean, we're certainly going to be running pretty heavy black, so I think this is an acceptable choice. There's an argument to be made, hey, doesn't Pixie Illusionist change basic land types? Wouldn't that be valuable? This is a 1-mana card. I'm not as comfy with that. I'm going to get the Battlefly Swarm because it's an acceptable defender. What is this doing here? Oh my god. Alright. I mean, alright. That should just... what is this doing here? I believe that black is open. You know what? I'm just gonna cut this puppy. Oh, actually, you know, let's just get a 2-drop. Well, I mean, I will grab this. Like, that's, I think, like, the absolute nut uncommon. But there's this kind of weirdness where, like, I don't have a lot of creatures. And I don't mean I don't have a lot of creatures, so Phyrexian Missionary might not be good. I mean just, like, very literally, I'm in this weird position where I have, like, removal, just solid card draw, removal, creature that functions as removal. So, I don't know, maybe we're just doing good. But I do like these kinds of value cards for the purpose of us going long and trying to get value. There's not a lot of really punchy, dramatic, scary, high-end creatures. I mean, Wrath, Weatherlight Stalwart, is pretty good with our removal-heavy lineup. But I actually think that thinking is overrated. There's also Maria's Outrider, which is I certainly want some of. I just actually don't know how domainy we are. I think that I'm certainly white. I think I'm certainly black. Maybe we just also have like mirrors out right there. You go. Okay, just don't give a shit. I literally do not care. I am gonna get all the fucking removal, okay? Alright, let's get in here. I literally don't care that I'm not domain. I'm gonna get the Prayer of Binding. Alright. I mean, Rona's pretty good in this. Hey, we get the domain. Mamma mia. Alright, well, Sunlit Marsh, it is going to be... Well, actually, There's an argument to be made that I should snatch up the Radiant Grove to give us more opportunities to maybe get some green stuff going, but, you know, I think that this is the dumbest thing I've ever said, so I'm going to go ahead and just get the Sunlit Marsh. Is there anything else that would be good? Yeah, I think that we're all in on this Battlefly Swarm for sure. So we might say to ourselves, hey, we really want to be sure. Actually, this is completely fucking fine. We could be like, hey, this card's pretty good in the 3-drop slot. This card is god tier in the 3-drop slot. But how do we win? What are we actually looking for? Maria's Outrider is a substantial smasher in domain lists. Even though we don't even have that many domain arenos. There's Jodas Codex. There's also another Writhing Necromass. I don't think anyone's really in black or white. I think we actually do get the Codex here, because this just aligns really cleanly with our plan of remove and then eventually drown our opponent with value. Actually, I think I'm going to get the Cleaving Skyrider, because I just want something that can deal damage. Like, literally, this has massively increased our probability of winning, and frankly, I just like kicker cards in this sort of stuff. I mean, this is... Oh, sorry, that's not the right card that I was thinking of. I think I'm actually just going to get this Chromatic Vanguard. Or Charismatic Vanguard. First of all, because I'm charismatic as hell. And also because, like, I mean... We're kind of at a point where we do want, like, some creatures. This creature is fine. I think we just want this as a good card to get. Let me get the Yavimai Sojourner. What is this doing here? Maybe? Maybe? Probably not, though. King Darren, huh? This is just one of the greatest cards this side of the Mississippi. Alright. Let me cut anything that's Drek-like. Root Weaver, goodbye. Faith Bonder, see you later. Coral Column, hell no. Maybe even not the Yavimaya Sojourner, but this is just a very, very good defensive card. So King Darien is just an insane card that can win the game itself. Because you can just burn all your mana, making endless tokens. We have a Resurrector. I mean, I'd like this and this. We don't have that many duels. This is way more important than the temporary lockdown. Just straight up. Yeah, King Darien is... it looks a little bit... Oh, it looks alright. But this is actually just like one of the best cards in this format. Just by far. This is just incredible. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 removal cards. 8. Jesus. So really, duels are our biggest friend right now. There was another Maria's Outrider, but, I mean... This is an incredibly difficult pick. It's like one of these two, or this one. I think we just want the Geothermal Bog to make sure that we have really good mana. and to help with our domaining in Spaining. Yeah, this is pretty clearly the Sacred Peaks. Do dual lands count as domain? Yeah, what contributes to the domain is, see how it says land hyphen mountain plains? That's different from like this Crystal Grotto, which says land and doesn't say anything. There's a number of lands that provide mana of each source, but they are not a mountain or not any plains. Can't believe I'm passing so many of these things, but like we don't have that many creatures. Like a 5/5 with Death Touch, terrific. But this now allows us to get another Maria's Outrider should it show up. Wow, this is actually just a dead pack for us, huh? I mean, I guess I'm going to get a Molten Monstrosity because we're fine having just big fat card value. I'm going to get the Salvage Mana Worker, and I think I'm absolutely going to run this. I mean, I might actually just run this stupid Meteorite. I mean, that's like an insane thing to say, but I think this is bizarrely semi-correct. I'm just going to get the Sleeper because it is something I can play onto. I don't know how many of these I can run. Okay. Okay, I'll run this card. Alright, yeah, why not another Writhing Necromancer? Like, why fucking not? Yeah, I'll probably run these over the Avamaya Sojourners. I don't know. Alright, I don't know. Sure. Okay. I mean, this is a pretty funny draft. Turtle Man for luck. Oh yeah, we definitely have a luck turtle here. Alright. So let's cut some of this pricey garbage, right? Let's get rid of some of this. This is mana value 2 or less, huh? I mean, this is pretty sick, huh? I hate to say it, but I think our deck doesn't need the Meteorite. I think that very unbelievably obviously the Meteorite just doesn't need to be in the list. Come on! It would be so cool to punch someone in the head with a huge meteor for 2. Like, that's incredible. Alright. Removal tribal. Oh, thank God. Because with removal spells, I don't have to think very hard. I just remove stuff. 3 for the Darien. Alright, so let's briefly see here. I have 5 instants and no sorceries, really. Now, let's look at our removal. We have Destroy Evil. Come on, bastard. Citizen's Arrest. Temporary Lockdown. Prayer of Bindings. Extinguish the Light. Tribute to Urborg. Now, that's not all. We also have Benelish... Oh, Artillery Blast. Oh my God, I have a lot of removal. And they're like a spread of values. I mean, this is ridiculous. Okay, so I also have Cleaving Skyrider removal. Oh wait, this thing's over here. Great. Alright, Cleaving Skyrider removal and Benelish Sleeper removal. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay, let me see my curve. Quickly, Teaker. God, this looks nasty. All right, and we got the domain lands. All right, so let's... How do I just recurve this, huh? I don't know, there's like a recurve spell. Temporary lockdown. I mean, this is... I mean, my board is going to look hilarious. Yeah, temporary lockdown. Exile each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less until it leaves the battlefield. So this is like a baby sweeper for enemy babies. Let's check our mana. So we have 6, 7, 8 white sources. Very good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black sources. 8, 7 on that. Really? We definitely don't need this island. So now we're at 8, 8. We have all the... we have the 1 blue for Rona. This is a candidate for getting rid of. This is a fine candidate to consider the cuts. I think that's the way to do it. Rona has a lot of upside, but like I only have the 1 blue source. Yeah, I think the Yavimaya Sojourner is going to look nice here. Because, I mean, I want some big wall-type creatures here. So, Josh, I just want to say that your Meteorite Mini Rant has been the highlight of my day. Clipped it and saving it. Oh, my God, thank you. It's Josh. That's my Josh. This is the good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and put in our land. And I am going to open the predictions. How many wins will Day 9 get? We have 4 tranches, right? Thomas Weirdies has got that Papa John's commercial is so bad. That's let's be honest, that's the best marketing Papa John has had in years. So 6, 7, 8, perfect. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, do we have 8, 8, 3, 3, 1? Woo! Rachel was taking so certainly better than oops racist CEO. Now, I think that it is fair to say that we all hate racism here, right? Very real problem, very bad. And when Papa John's CEO went on his crazy racist rant and got booted, great, terrific. And so, I don't know about you, but whenever there's someone who's being a racist piece of shit and they actually receive punishment, it feels good. I feel a swell of like, take that, yeah, got him. Now, obviously, the actual long-term goal is that they stop being racist because we want that more than we want our feeling of feeling righteous for a moment. Right? So, that stuff happened. And then the most hilarious article popped up of that guy who was like, I've eaten like 2 pizzas a day for 30 days. You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God. That is the funniest shit ever. Oh my God. I mean, that's hilarious. It just there's this photo of him just like talking about like the day of reckoning, and his face is just so red. It's the reddest thing ever. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Yeah. Rachel was saying this. He looked like he had been eating far too many pizzas. Yeah, absolutely. And again, very bad that he said and did those things and was booted. And I think it is still totally appropriate and justified to fucking like say that is funny as hell, man. That's the funniest thing of all. That just cracked me up so much. Oh my God. And every time I see a commercial, that's the only thing I think about. It's like the only thing is someone eating like 2 a day for 30 days. Was he method acting? Like, I don't know, but that is fucking funny, man. Oh, my God. All right. We have our removal tribal list. King Darien will see us through. Mary's Outrider will ping-pong for a little bit, and we'll probably find some ways to deal damage at some point. Perfect. So we are 4-color, splashing for blue. Oh my god, it's so good. Alright, Cleveland Sky Rider with temporary lockdowns. Oh! Look at this. An absolute god tier run out. Mogwai Bubbles raided with a party. What up, Mogwai Bubbles teams? I'm loving the use of the legend emote from Hearthstone. We're going for Mythic. Autotops, the day I played the Marvel card game only for 2 6-hour sessions last week and a bunch over the weekend, and probably more in the future. Just that. So Salvage Mana Worker is going to be sort of quietly very, very important. How was it? I had a pretty damn terrific time, if I may say so. Striker says, oh my god, Papa says stay tuned to the video and I'm feeling threatened. Dude, like, again. I know that my goal, and I understand that my goal as a person, and the goal that one should have as a person, is... So I'm not going to play any of this stuff, because I want to make sure that we get a good temporary lockdown. We can cast this thanks to this guy. Yeah, I understand that the long-term goal is not to go ha 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 and laugh at a racist person's misfortunes exclusively. The actual goal long term is to have people not be racist, right? That's the actual goal. The actual goal. And yet, can't deny that laughing at some of this shit is fucking hilarious. We can't deny that, right? Oh, man. I'm willing to take 5. Yeah. Goldfish Hunter says a little bit of Schadenfreude racist is good for the soul. Yeah. I don't know. I Territorial motto. Hi. Okay, bye. This is a good situation to be in. Hey, Disciple, let's be a little classier, please. She old red, huh? Coming back again. Bortuk Bone Rattle is a problem. Bortuk on the Shouldered is... That's a bit brutal. Yeah, but like, in the environment I grew up in, the sort of jeering and laughing and poking and demeaning, even when it feels appropriate, just to me does not feel like a good and healthy long-term goal. You know what I mean? I worry about the... Oh, this is actually a huge fucking problem, isn't it? So we need one of our removal cards to deal with this turd. So this will take 5 damage. Go to 6, then go to 4. I think we actually have to accept this damage here, because I want to block the larger sums of damage in future turns, I think. terrible news. So I think that we win if we get precisely... Yeah, I mean, honestly, Bortuk into Sheoldred is just... That's just it. That's just a beater. Tangerine says, I'm not convinced some amount of schadenfreude isn't good for society. I think people need a catharsis of improper behavior being punished in order to help emphasize proper behavior. It can obviously go too far. That's just... You know, that's just a great take. That's just a really great take. I really like that take. I always get hesitant, because, like, I don't know, I always feel bad after some amount of leering and jeering. Like, bad thing happened to you. So I think there's no way to live, unless we draw exactly one of my prayer bindings. I'm still feeling good about this. Okay. I think we... So if I do this, put on full control, I draw, and we draw this. When we draw the card, on the stack goes that thing. So if we get the prayer binding... Oh, shit. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, truly, we had turned an incredible corner. I mean, really, it's like only Sheoldred in that spot would have really roasted us so hard. All right. Boost average. Sometimes they just have the bomb cards. Actually, that's healthy. Yeah, Sheoldred on turn 4. Oh, can we see some cool pen twiddling tricks? Yeah, I can show you some good stuff. This is it. This is a good hand. Yeah, I think that, like, I'm actually really okay with how this panned out. Probably don't want to block the Cult Conscript, but it does deal a lot of damage. It's like the only 2-1 for 1 in the entire set, so it's just like an absolute smacker. But yeah, Karunchi, I'll show you some pen tricks. Oh, thank God it's a garbage card. It's just time to get my van out. Charismatic van. I don't have anything good to block the Cult Conscript. I might actually have to prayer binding the Cult Conscript, as ridiculous as that sounds. As fucking ridiculous as that sounds. You know, I'm just gonna do this. I mean, this guy gets so much damage in, and I'm like really scared about that. I don't want this. I want 5 so I can get to Jodas Codex. Not scared of this guy. So I think the right thing to do is just to pass the turn. SCBG says favorite superhero content. I really liked the show Legion. That was really good. Bring it on, turd. Yeah, The Boys is the best thing I've seen recently, for sure. Let's get some mana out of here. Really? You're gonna counter me, you turd? Some fucking rude behavior right there. Most of my favorite superhero stuff is comics. Just straight up. Alright. Man, that removal there was very painful. Protect the negotiators! This is alright, though. I think 2 is okay. I think 2 is okay. That's actually an interesting question. I feel like I had to have seen some good shit on the superhero front. So, my opponent does not have any black mana. And because I have Jonas Codex here, I want to eventually just get ahead in cards. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to wait a turn. Then we're going to Prayer Binding this Tattered Apparition and then try to begin winning. Yeah, most of my favorite superhero stuff are comic books. So probably Ultimate Spider-Man. Ooh, you love seeing 2 on the bottom. I love Ultimate Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's fucking awesome. Do I want to... This guy is a real issue, though. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think I need to do this. I can get this back, but I think this slows them down by a lot. And we have the probability of being able to draw again on this turn. So this is... Actually, let me just do this now. So we get land. Great. So now we're drawing for 0. So this is the plan. This is the overall game plan. Grinding our opponent down. Free draw, that's good. I'm just gonna do this. This buys us so many more turns. Temporary Lockdown is going to be our Jin card because it'll exile this guy too. Yeah, drawing 2 cards a turn is good. It's just some good stuff. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10, 11. Seems pretty good. 12, 13, all right. A lot of ways to lose here. All right. Might be the one that really saves us. any sort of counter magic. Which obviously would cause us to lose. Take up the shield would obviously cause us to lose. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, that's just statistically improbable, but, you know, that shit happens. So, again, I'm not too torn up at this point in time. Because this was really great. This draft so far was really great. It's playing well. We lose to Sheoldred into Bortuk Sheoldred on curve. And then we also lose to getting super flooded. Great. I mean, and this is one of these things where, like, I know this deck kicks ass. We have had, like, no mana issues. I mean, there was, like, the one turn where we were struggling a little bit to get a 5th mana out after the Shadow Prophecy got countered. You know, that's fine. Sort of thing can and does happen. But, like, this is not one of these things where I'm like, I can't seem to stabilize early on. It's just like, yeah, things are going great according to plan, and then we flood it out, and that kind of stinks. But, you know, that's okay. Zapping the Argivian Cavalier is a good one. A Leyline Binding here as well. So we will be hungry to use Leyline Binding, so we can Jodas Codex on the following turn. We'll see what Vladimir does. We'll probably just take 3 damage here. What we're trying to do is minimize damage over the long run. So, if, for instance, my opponent plays like a... Oh, I mean, that definitely fucking sucks. And this is just because I can, right? Like, we want to try to trade at least somewhat sensibly at this point in the game. I think that now is a fine time as any to get this down. There's also the Yavimaya Sojourner, but I think that this is probably going to be better because we need to start being able to actually leverage all of this extra land and mana stuff that we have. So dying a little bit here, and then artillery blasting this for 4. It's good. Temporary lockdown is just the absolute gin. And also, if we're looking at our hand... Oh man, that's just death, huh? Well, this is actually a pretty hilarious 0-3 list. This one felt so good. So good. And it did go 0-3. And I think that Orzhov tokens list is super solid. We did draw in that hand, in that last one. Keep in mind we drew all of these except one of the Writhing Necromasses. All of these except one of the Writhing Necromasses. We never saw this guy. We never saw this. Didn't see as many of these. So this, Afghanistan, did it try to go in too many directions? Oh, it's one direction. This is just a solid, clear list. We have a crap ton of removal. And we drew great in game 1, but they had Sheoldred into Sheoldred Resurrected with some pressure. And we barely didn't get there. All right, that's all right. In the second game, everything went to plan, and then we just landed out. That last game, our opponent had a good opening, and again, we drew all of our most expensive cards except for one. So that was, I mean, that was 3 games in a row where I feel very comfortable saying that we got on average, the low probabilistic end of outcomes. Because this is, I mean, if I got the chance to run this again, I would immediately, like, snap run this shit out.